Yo, what's poppin' YouTube? It's your host with the most, Mo on THEMOSHOW Chicago, and we are back again. This time having a super fantastic, sucker-free Friday. What about you? Are you enjoying yourself today? Are you having fun? Are you getting rid of people who have negative energy from around you? You know those energy vampires? And all of those other people that are tired of living. Because we have a lot of people here in Chicago that's tired of living. But not only that, we have a lot of innocent people that is getting shot and killed. A prime example of this would be 9 people were shot and 1 injured overnight all over the city. A lot of them on the south side. People just drive up and shoot you. No one is apprehended. Seems like this seems to be a path of destruction. One whereas no one gets caught. Whereas no one gets caught, no one is apprehended. People are just dying. And Mayor Brandon Johnson says that crime is down. I don't think so. Have you seen crime drop here in Chicago? Now, according to the stats, which they can manipulate the numbers, yeah. But in real life, every day on the news, what do we see every day? People dying, people getting shot, people getting mugged and robbed. Just like you had one suspect was caught for all of those string of robberies on the near north side. People robbing, stealing, hungry, naked and out of doors. And the politicians of this country seem to cannot find an answer to the solution for homelessness and hungriness. However, they have a lot of money for other things. And millions of dollars. Millions and billions of dollars. Yeah. And speaking of billions, we'll get back to the billions in a minute, okay? But here in Chicago, well, I'm not in Chicago right now. You see, we don't have palm trees, but we're getting back to the billions. I'll leave it at that. But the billions, 16 billion people, whose password and information has been leaked from all social sites. 16 billion, Yahoo, Google, YouTube, Facebook, 16 billion people, passwords and information has been compromised. So you may need to switch your password immediately. Like I said, I've been having technical difficulties getting to mine. But I know why now I can't get into it. I knew then, but I still can't do nothing about it until next week. Either way. But here we are. And like I said, you'll be seeing this upload. Yeah, because it's going to be uploaded. Can't do it live right now. Well, no laptop right now. Yeah. But anyway, you all, these billions of passwords. Think about all of the sensitive information that you have out there that people just access, that people can't just access. So that's very important, okay? And what else is important is Donald Trump. Donald Trump says that there's too many holidays here in America where people is off work. Well, let me tell you something, Donald Trump. People are not machines. People don't get paid enough for what they already do. And then you want to work them to the bone for all of their life and they still end up with nothing. That's the actual facts. It's not even up for debate. And it's just not because of him. This is the way the machine runs. This is the way the machine runs. And making America great again is making people slaves, as I always say. Making people slaves again. He spoke about this particular subject on Juneteenth. However, he was a supporter of Juneteenth. And then he wants to take the credit for making it all happen. I think that Juneteenth became a federal holiday back in what? 2001 or 2011? No, let me get that right. Maybe 2019 or something like that. It became a federal holiday. Okay? But needless to say, it has been going on for 50 years, 60 years. When I was in high school, I didn't hear about Juneteenth. When I was in grammar school, I didn't hear about Juneteenth. Did you? I didn't. And people weren't getting paid at the time. But look at the holidays that you do get paid for. It's only 10 out of the year. Out of 52 weeks, you got 10 days. And some places on holidays, only on federal holidays, they make you work the day before and the day after to get paid for that particular day. Either way, there's no free time for you, okay? People are not machines. People have a life to live. You were not placed on this planet just to work all your life and end up not having nothing. And to confirm, it became a federal holiday in 2021. In fact, June 17, 2021. And I know exactly where I was at. I was in Delaware doing a video on this channel right here at the Delaware Bridge, Juneteenth, 2021, 1000. And then he goes on to say that Iran can't have access to nuclear war. Why not? What are you afraid of? Because just from my standpoint and other people's standpoint, people who think outside the box know that them people will use it. Know that them people will use it. Everybody want to be the big bad wolf. Everybody want to punk everybody. But people are tired of getting punked. People are tired of getting punked. People are tired of getting disrespected. Even with government levels. We just say, why you think he won't or has said that they don't need nuclear access. But everybody else can have it. Most of the people who in his clan can have it. You can't stop China from having it. I'm just saying. And just like people talk about in regards to mayors, how crime is down, another mayor has suffered stalking and attempted kidnapping. And this was the Blue City mayor. Yeah, I never knew that Memphis was the Blue City. However, I did learn that today. And Mayor Paul Young was stalked at his home and almost was held hostage, according to the report. They got this young man by the name of Trenton Abstinon. Young man climbs the wall of the community of the mayor, goes to the mayor's house, but they quickly arrest him. And when they arrested him, they went to his car and they found rope, they found duct tape, they found gloves, and some other items that a taser. Yes, found a taser. This is the world that we living in, but yet he was talking about how crime is down too. And I guess that young man wants to show him that crime is not down. I mean, Paul Young just made this speech, but what would make that young man want to do that? He knew he was going to jail. Was all of this a setup, or have people just become silly-minded, simple-minded, full of stupidity and no brains at all, even though they got a head on their shoulders? I'm just saying. I agree with one of the mental giants. We got hands that don't work for us. We got a tongue that don't work for us. We got a brain that don't operate for us because it's being operated by somebody else, because somebody else is doing your thinking. I'm just saying. That's my time for right now, you all, but I'll be back later on. And if you haven't been over to my other channel, MOPOWERZ, here on YOUTUBE, go over there and take a ride with me to Mount Rushmore in South Dakota, to Crazy Horse in South Dakota. Take a ride with me to Polson, Montana. Take a ride with me to Theodore Roosevelt National Park. Take a ride with me to the Black Holocaust Museum in Milwaukee. Take a ride with me to the Civil Rights National Museum in Memphis. Take a ride with me to Milwaukee. Take a ride with me to Maine. Take a ride with me to Washington, D.C. Whew, full of stuff over there. And check out those audiobook series. All of the hard work has been done for you. And there you will find audiobook series like Stolen Legacy, which we're currently working on, Black Man of the Nile and His Family, The Destruction of Black Civilization, The Fall of America, Message to the Black Man in America, Kemet on Trial, As a Man Thinketh, The Miseducation of the Negro, The World's 16 Crucified Saviors, The Demonology of King James, The Chronological Order from Alchemy to Wicca. We got a whole lot of stuff over there. So go to MOPOWERZ. And if you are into Chicago old school hip-hop, R&B, spoken word comedy, anything of that nature, go over to my other channel, THEMOSHOW Classics, all one word, no space, here on YOUTUBE, and find the likes of Deion Cole, Diane Porter, Reggie Reg, Quintella, Snoop, Psychodrama, Crucial Conflict, Creative, Quintella, Mecca, Big Taz, Mano, Cadre Enterprises, and a whole lot more. And on your way out the door, make sure you hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, and the word all to help ensure that you get notifications when we upload videos on YOUTUBE. And also press those condiments to like and to share. Share the information with relatives, friends, co-workers, anyone that you come into contact with. It is a magnificent way to jumpstart your CONVERSATION. Thanks for viewing, you all. That's my time. Peace out. See you later.